I'm from Exit 21, the Belt slums call me the mayor. Rhyme slayer.
Snooze daily in the place, you know what I'm saying? Preserving the culture, you know how we do. We in the building.
Hip-hop preserving the culture, Snooze Daily, what's the word?
Yo, man, just chilling, brother, you know what I mean? Trying to get it going 2024. You know what I'm saying? Took a year off last year just to get my mind right, dealing with life situations. But now we back again, man. 2024, we going hard.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for coming out, checking me.
For sure, for sure.
So let's get into it, man. Tell everybody about you, how it all started, where you from.
Well, Snooze, I started back in the days with my man Crack Val, you know, from IGT. Basically, you know what I'm saying, one day just being in the lunchroom, you know how it is back in the days, banging on the table. You know, everybody rhyming, but when it always came around to me, I never really spit any rhymes. I wasn't really into it like that. But my man used to always tell me, like, yo, one day, yo, write a rhyme. So I wrote a rhyme, you know what I mean? To me, shit was trash. But my man never told me that. He was like, yo, keep working. So through the years, just working with my man and, you know, wind up becoming a group. My man Crack Val just...
What was the name of the group?
Me and him was called the Oddballs. Paradise. We went through a whole many names. DDM, Down and Dirty Misfits. You know, just through the elevation of time, the names changed. And then we was rocking with some cats from Brooklyn and Wyandanch called the Killer Flow Nation. And around that time, my man, you know what I'm saying, he put a couple of dudes we knew from the high on, and they wound up getting signed to Loud Records. I wasn't part of that group, but, you know, that was still fair.
Still an experience, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I just went on a little solo run for a little while just to try and find myself as an artist, because I was always, you know, rhyming with my man, and my brother Crack Val was nice, so sometimes being in the booth, you know, you trying to get your confidence up, and he spit his rhyme. I don't know, I threw away numerous rhymes before I got in that booth, bro. You know what I mean? But it just helped build the talent and the skill, because, you know, you looking at him get busy, like, yo, I don't want him to carry me on every track, so I gotta get busy. That's how it really came about. I was making beats. Back in the days, everybody knew me as Sleep. You know, I did productions. But when I finally put out the album, the first album, you know, Chronicles of Snooze Daily, it was kind of one of those situations where I changed the name, and I wanted to get the real feel of how people felt about my music. So I put out a little snippet of Snooze Daily and never told anybody it was me at first. People started rocking with it. So finally, some people knew it was me, they caught on, some people didn't. And then eventually, you know, things started picking up. And I've been doing this for like mad years going on now.
How many years you say you've been doing music?
I've been doing music since I was 9. I come from a Caribbean household, so you have to pick
there was always music playing, so you
always music playing, or you pick up an instrument and learn. So through the years of just being around it, and then my first demo was done by Lord Self, 24/4 Productions. We did the Honest Last Days album.
Okay.
So that was kind of like one of those situations, like a real learning process. You know what I'm saying? Running around with him and being in different studios, being in different sessions, you know what I'm saying? I learned a lot. Like,
so you was running around with him back when he was doing the Onyx album and everything?
I was like 16, 17, bro.
Okay.
And just like one of those little, you know, he was more like a mentor to me. He did, you know, he showed me the ropes, showed me how to mix, use the boards, all the equipment. And we talking analog days, so you know what I'm saying?
So different now.
And then when my mans and them had got the deal up in Loud, they was up in Green Street Studios with Hot Rod. So being up in there, you learn more too. So through the days, you know what I'm saying? The days passing by and days going, you know, through the years of everything going on with that, we just got to a point where we started learning again from the inside. So it just made me more aware to be an independent artist.
How long since you released your first project?
My first project was released in 2011.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I released it on my own. That's the Chronicles of Snooze Daily. This was like literally just when streaming was about to come in.
So it was CD/streaming. Okay.
So I'm about to re-release it again on the streaming sites. Right now on the streaming sites, I got the Movement mixtape, which really was the comeback, but oh Lord, was a single I did with Phantom of the Beat, High G, from the UMCs. I mean, for most people, he called himself Phantom, but he did the Magic Stick for 50. He did the Apollo Kids for Ghost. So it's one of those situations where, you know, those are one of my childhood groups, Cool Kim and UMCs, you know what I mean? So to be in that situation and have him, you know, feel my music and want to produce something for me just made it more like, all right, I'm on the right track. You know, and my man Crack Val introduced me to Phantom maybe 2-3 years before he passed away.
Okay, God bless him.
So it's kind of like when my man passed, it was more like, you know, you get emotional. I'm like, yo, it's over. I'm done with music. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sitting back in the crib and just thinking about me and him in the days, like this was our life. You know what I mean? So I can't give up. It was always, yo, our pack was, no matter, you know, who make it, the other one was good. And when he wasn't allowed, he always made sure I was straight. And he's like, yo, just keep getting shit together. We gonna, you know what I mean? And maybe that week before he, like that weekend before he passed away, bro, we talked. And it was one of those situations where he was like, yo, we gonna redo the IGT album. And I got the phone call that Monday
That
he
passed away.
So
Damn.
it was more like, I gotta keep it going now. I can't give up. You know what I mean? I just gotta do it and do it like for me and him. So that's really what I'm doing. I like to do music, man. I'm not one of those dudes. You know, I love the culture. It's part of my life. I grew up on it. I love it to this day. You know, even with the new artists, I like the elevation of it, the evolution of it. You know, certain things is just
We
not my
gonna
lane.
come back to that.
You know what I mean?
To the evolution, to what it's evolving to.
I mean, I'll say it like this. When we started, our parents was looking at us like
We crazy now. We looking at
now
them
we
like they
looking at the
crazy.
young
It's the
dudes
same
like
shit.
they
I've been
crazy.
saying
It's
that,
the same
but
thing. It's just, you know, certain things ain't for everybody. Like, I like some of the young dudes that's doing their thing. You know what I mean? And then there's some that you know, all right, I gotta leave that alone. But nothing against them.
now you mentioned that you dropped your first project around the time where streaming was coming into play. How do you find it navigating through streaming now versus the physical sale world?
I mean, I'm kind of still doing both. But, you know, you just gotta, like, if you a hustler, you're gonna figure out a way. All right? So we know it ain't CDs no more, so we know we gotta upgrade to do whatever we gonna do. So now it's the digital world. We just gotta, you know, go to the building your links and letting people pay for the links for the album, or, you know, use a streaming site. The only thing with me in the streaming site sometimes is giving me a fraction of a penny, bro. That's really no money. You know, like Snoop said it best. He had 1 billion streams and only got $45,000. It's not adding up. So, you know, you just got, as an artist, you just got to know what works for you. You know what I mean? Some people got the following where that don't bother them. You know what I mean? But if you coming up and you trying to make it, you just got to grind and just use whatever opportunity you got and just, come up with new ideas. It's basically nothing new under the sun. You just gotta figure out how to make yours stick out. You know what I mean? And that goes by you hustling and with whatever type product you pushing. You know what I mean? I push New York, bring back new music. I'm an old school head. I rock with the new young dudes. You know what I mean? I got a couple of records, you know what I mean? A couple of new EPs that's gonna be coming out soon. And you see the versatility of me rocking with the young boys, but I'm not talking about what they do. You know what I mean? Like I tell them, I ain't no gangbanger. We ain't talking about none of that. If we gonna talk about getting money or whatever, cool. But all that op talk and all of that, I ain't with it.
Like, so how do you feel like doing shows like the other night with the younger crowd, and what do you think
I
about
don't mind doing
the
shows with the
vibe
young
and
crowd. Like, it's cool. Because, you get to blend in, learn. Like, I'm
see
not
what's going on?
My thing is, the younger kids keep you in tune. You know what I mean? We can't always try and shun them because we don't like what they doing. Sometimes you gotta understand. We was all knuckleheads at one point. You know what I mean? So
It's their turn to be knuckleheads.
it's just a point of getting to know somebody, understand why they acting the way they acting, or why their views, or why they view things the way they view. It's just a conversation, and that's it. Take a couple minutes to get to know somebody. You'll figure out a whole lot more than you can just perceive by
Looking and taking a quick
determining
listen.
your own, So that's just for me. Plus, doing the shows just keeps me in physical shape to get out there and keep going. You know what I mean?
Who was some of the artists that when you were coming up influenced your music?
Ooh. I mean, I can go back because you gotta look at the Craig G's, the G-Raps, the Canes, the Rakims, EP&D. I mean, Paris One, Slick Rick, the Nah. Like, I'm a hip hop head, so I could just honestly say all of that old school, the 90s, golden era, West Coast, East Coast, Midwest. I listen to it all, bro. Like, I think that's what's really made me able to make the type of music I make and be able to just switch it up on different things. Because, I make a lot of street music, but I make stuff for women. I make stuff for the traps. Mm-hmm. Like, people will see. It's just right now, my image, my lane. I'm a New York artist, New York music. You're gonna hear that New York sound, that old New York golden era sound. That's what I do.
Would you say you modeled your style coming up after any of those artists?
A little G-Rap, little Red and Meth, Busta, a little bit of L. Like I said, it's a combination of a whole lot of them, man. It's because I'll tell you, for me, when the beat come on, the first thing I do as an artist is listen to the beat. When the beat comes on, I'll just imagine the artist. Who from that, group, whatever the beat, it'll be a category for me. I'll place it in a category. The beat could be some hard shit. It might be some MOP shit. So now I'm going to think to myself how MOP would rhyme on it. And that's going to make it my own. I'm going to take it to how I would think they rhyme on it, but then now, okay, if Snooze is MOP, how would he rhyme on it? And that's basically how you get what I do.
That's how you approach the track when you get on it. Okay.
It could be some dope luxury shit. I'm gonna get my Rick Ross on. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a hip hop head and storytelling, the Slick Ricks. You know what I mean? I get into the storytelling sometimes because I think that's a lost art in the game right now.
Storytelling,
too,
absolutely.
I mean? But then when you get the Nas and the Slick Rick, like, Children's Story is still one of the dopest storytelling joints ever.
For real.
So, then you got Nas and Rewind. So, my aim is to always be in those conversations when it comes to writing. You know what I mean? I might never be there, but that's my aim.
Now, you mentioned New York rap.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about how New York has kind of picked up a lot of the styles from like the South and the drill? And
I really don't have a feeling against it. I mean, it's more of a situation how the game moves. LA had it at one point. The South had it at one point. We had it at one. We started it. LA took it. And the South had it. Midwest had it for a little while. So it's just a matter of what the sound is, what everybody likes. And I think sometimes people get caught up in trying to ride the bandwagon opposed to just being themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I have nothing against none of the music.
Me either. I just feel like that's not our style.
No, it's not, and I think that's why I tend to stick to my lane. If I'm doing a song with one of them, I might switch it up and keep my New York style. But then you'll hear me on a trap joint with a down south kind of flow or Midwest flow, depending on who I'm rhyming with. But just me, nah. Not unless I'm paying homage to a pioneer or something. Then I got a joint called Overproof. Kind of took the whole Snoop Dogg vibe. It's just paying homage, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a Snoop fan. Nothing against none of the rappers or saying that I'm from LA. I'm just a New York rapper paying homage to the Cali rappers. It's just a point of paying homage. I don't understand why people feel like they gotta ride the wagon. Just be yourself. That's just me. You know? Whatever floats your boat, I think that's how people move. Mad at it. I'm just do me.
So coming from out east, like what was you listening to when you was younger? Who was you like big EPMD fan?
Well, we grew up on EPMD, Run DMC. I grew up on that. Tone Loc, Young MC. I was the whole Young TV rats. Whatever came on, I was into it. The Michelays, that's how we got the Dre's and the Comptons and, the DOCs, the Doc album. So those are the things that shaped my whole hip-hop history, shaped my whole way of approaching music, because I listen to everything. I came up growing up, Saturday mornings, it's time to clean, music playing, you hearing all type of music.
Any kind of music.
So that kind of shaped me to be just open to listen to everybody. And there's certain things I like, and there's certain things I don't like. And there's artists I like, and then there's artists that are really not my cup of tea. But at the same token, I like some of their songs. You know what I mean? And then there's artists I like, where some of these songs I'm like, yeah, I could have did without that, but it's all right. You know what I mean? But that's the whole point of being a fan. You have your own opinion. I think we got lost in people having their own opinion. And then, like, for you to have your own opinion and not going with the bandwagon, you kind of get singled out. I think that's more why people tend to lean whatever way everybody else is going. Me, I don't mind being alone, bro. I like what I like. I dislike what I don't like, and that's all it is.
What do you think about where we at musically right now, as far as all of the people in the forefront?
I think people need to do a little more digging, because what's in the forefront is just the commercial part of the business. There's a lot of dope underground artists that are out there. You just gotta do your research and your homework. You'll find a lot of dope music. There's a lot of dope Afro soul out there that don't get no exposure. You know what I mean? There's a lot of dope artists that, out there got dope music, and, for whatever reason, they just not getting looked at. It's just how the game goes. But I tell people, do your research, man. Just open up your ears. Sometimes click on a link that you never linked up, just to see. You never know. Like, I did that on Number One Music. I ended up linking with a crew from Oakland. I'm affiliated mascot. Those my peoples. They all the way in the West Coast. But, you know what I mean? We did a couple songs together. We've been talking online. Now, we like family. You know what I mean? Those my peoples. We talking about getting together. We're going to try, me and the fan going to try and fly out to Oakland and meet.
To a project.
Yeah. Do a project, you know what I'm saying? And get with the fam and, just do a whole bunch of shit. Like, I got a bunch of dudes I rock with out here. In Long Island, Suffolk County, you know what I'm saying? All over. Like, you're a dope artist and, we meet. I'm definitely trying to link and let's do some music, especially if you rocking with me and I rock with you. Let's just make it happen.
Who you think right now coming up is dope that nobody really know about?
I wouldn't say a lot of people don't know about him, but you got my man Nam Nitty, you got Young Legacy, you got my man Max Vaughn. Jamal Milton is kind of known. I mean, most people still sleep on my brother, but man, you know, Mike Cormier walked out to his music, to a fight on his music. The man is moving. He got, you know, dope ass music. That's my bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's my inspiration to keep going, just the shit he dropped. You know, sometimes being an older dude, you get a little like, all right, I think it's almost that time. And then they'll drop a joint, like, get the blood flowing again, like, yeah, all right, not yet. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you said that. What do you think about that? People that say that rap is a young man's sport, and after a certain age, you shouldn't be doing it.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, would they tell Stevie to stop playing the piano because he's at a certain age? Would they tell any of these rock groups that's still popping to stop going on tour at 67 years old because they can make that money? I mean, if you love it and it's in your blood, that's what you do. You know what I mean? I think most people that just do it for the money give up. You know what I mean? If you're doing it for the culture, that's what you're doing.
Get a first floor apartment.
Make some money off of it. Cool.
Get a first floor apartment.
I got ways to make bread already, so I'm not worried about making money off of music. If it happens, cool, but this is not like my life. It's like this is part of my life is therapy. I mean, I got a bad day coming from work. I write about it. I might not write exactly what it is, but that's the inspiration. Get it off my chest. You know what I mean?
How often do you go into the studio or write music? Or
I write music every day.
every day you write a song?
It's like a job because it's. You know how most people work and then they go to their therapist to clear their mind for the day? That's what my writing is. I
You
give
go to
myself
work and
2
then
hours
get to the pen of the pen.
2 hours every day, at least 2 hours a day. Come home from work, 2 hours. Writing, you know, watching YouTube, watching other artists. You know, this is part of my life, man. You know, it just helps me be at ease. It helps me forget about the day and get refreshed for the next day.
How often do you find yourself in the studio recording?
I gotta tell you and be honest, I've been recording so many years straight to where now I'm kind of like being very reserved on recording. Because I got so much music on me. But I would say like I record at least twice a week. That's usually the aim, twice a week. Usually in the booth with my man Reels from RMG Studios. We used to do usually 3 times a week. I remember one year I was in the booth so much we did about 300-400 songs in 1 year. You know what I mean? I write like that. So it's more of a situation where once I put the songs together and have everything ready, I go in there, I probably lay like 2-3 a night.
So what's your plans for all the music that you got?
Well, see, that was the thing. As I was preparing to release music and the streaming took over, I kind of rearranged how everything went. So now I've been looking into this NFT. So I dropped the mixtape with Cool Kid, the movement mixtape. I dropped the Don album, the Daily Snooze Don Edition, through a 5-joint EP. I got an EP with Phantom about to come out. An EP with the mixtape Addict that I gotta finish and send back to him. He's from Paris, France. Producer, you know what I mean? Got another EP that I'm finishing up, which is the GRIMEY Network. I'm thinking about NFTing it. I'm only gonna sell 1,000 copies. I'm gonna make 1,000 copies, 999 copies will be sold for $10. That other copy, people could bid on it because it's going to be artwork. Because I do graffiti, all of that too, so I'm going to draw the album cover, sign it, and put it out. So it's going to be 1,000
Collector's
copies.
item. Okay.
You gotta, you just got to figure out ways to do it and make it yours. It's not like anybody hasn't done it already, because we've seen Tory Lanez literally damn near break the whole game. So you gotta just figure out ways where you're not messing with anybody or offending anybody. And as far as offending people, just do you. Do you with the intent of not really trying to do anybody dirty. You'll be good. I don't think, doing what I'm doing right now with the NFT project, I'm just thinking like, yo, 1,000 copies, that's it. You know what I mean? And then we'll do like little packages.
1,000 hard copies, 1,000 digital,
hard copies.
1,000 hard copies.
1,000 hard copies, that's it.
No digital.
No digital.
Okay.
If you want the digital, it'll probably be released a couple of years later. Because I'm only going to do it these 1,000 copies for the GRIMEY network. And then I'm going on to the next project. You know what I mean? And I got the what I was calling the feature tape, because I got a lot of features with dope ass artists that, I haven't really released yet. So I got a lot of dope, features. So I'm gonna start doing what I call the feature tape. Nas had the Lost tapes. I'm gonna have the feature tape. It's gonna be a lot of dope features, a lot of dope underground artists that I met from Brooklyn, Suffolk, Nassau, Queens. You know what I mean? Shout out to my brother Bottom Line. He be getting busy too. So, it's just a point of, just networking with a lot of dope artists that I feel are dope. And, feeling is mutual on their side. So, and then, you get to meet them face to face. And they some dope, cool niggas. So it's like, yo, let's work. And they with it. So this year, you're going to see a lot of dope music coming out of my way with a lot of dope artists that, because a lot of people see I drop a lot of solo shit, but it's nothing against any artists. I'm just trying to do things in my way, you know what I mean?
What do you like with all the music you say you have? So like, everybody say they ain't dropping no EPs, no albums because of the attention span of the consumer.
I think it's more. That's more of an excuse, because you look at it. Certain people are dropping artists, and people are listening to the whole thing. So why?
Everybody say it don't make sense. I'm gonna just drop a single every month, every other month.
I think it's just more of them they looking at the game and understanding the way money generates. They want to just focus on that one joint and push that. That way they don't feel like they're spending a whole bunch of money. But I look at it like I could put all of them songs out. So the streaming site's going to still charge you separate for them anyway. So I might as well just basically put it out there and promote the whole album. It's no different.
What about doing videos for your songs and all of that?
That I'm working on this year. That's my biggest negative that I don't have. I don't have a lot of videos out right now. Like we did the Oh Lord video that's at 20,000 views. The Beast of Wolverine video is like 2,500 views. So it's not that the videos ain't been doing good. It's just the point of getting it done. And like I said, last year I took a whole year off.
Somebody was saying like if you don't have a video for your song, it's almost like the song ain't out because everything is so visual.
Everything is hung on visuals right now, but there's ways to do it without the visuals. Like, you know what I mean? You just gotta push it. There's certain ways to push it, and you gotta know the hustle, how to hustle it, and how to promote it, and get it in front of people. You know what I mean? And then you could do visuals, but you gotta everything doesn't have to be a video with you in front of the camera. It's just you gotta figure out what works for that song. You know what I mean? And make it happen. Like, a lot of people get out here with these visions of wanting to do these big videos and don't know, don't have the budget. You just gotta have the imagination. You know what I mean? Like, I sit down, I write out a lot of these videos, and they'll see this year, like, a lot of the videos are coming this year. We're gonna start seeing a lot of videos. So, you'll see a lot of videos coming this year for sure.
Are you gonna do a video for Rope-A-Dope?
I was thinking about that.
I think you should, man. That song is hot.
I'm thinking about that. I might, but see, my whole thing is if we do a video, I kind of want to do a video for that. I got a couple other joints in mind.
What project is that song on?
Rope Dope is on the GRIMEY Network.
GRIMEY Network, okay.
That's the one I'm just NFT and 1,000 copies.
Oh, so it's not out yet?
Rope Dope is out.
It's out, but the NFT project
The NFT project is not out. There's a whole lot more dope music on there.
When is that coming out?
I'll be honest with you. Here's the funny thing. Cool Kid already got the whole album. He's hosted it, so I'm quite sure he's played a couple joints, and on the Turn Up Radio show.
Okay.
Like The Truth. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna get with him. But we're gonna premiere it I'm gonna try and get with him to premiere it on his mixtape Mondays. We got a show on Turn Up Radio that he does on mixtape Mondays on YouTube Live. And we'll try and premiere it on here and set up the promo for that. I haven't really came up with a date. That's why I've always said coming soon. Because with this whole streaming thing, you gotta kind of make it anticipated. If you don't, it's just kind of like just put it out. Because I did a little like I tried something with the Don album. Like I never did no promo for it, nothing. I just dropped it out.
Like Wu-Tang shit.
Oh Lord and all of that. We did promo, Beast of Wolverine promo to lead up to the drop. For the Don album, I just put it out. And then just posted it on Facebook and Instagram and sent out a blast on #1 music, and that was it.
And how did it work? How did
Some of it was good. Some of it I think I could have did better if I would have did the promo, but not that bad.
I guess it's like your faithful listeners picked it up.
Faithful listeners picked it up, and that's slowly catching traction. And then I just did the freestyle. Long Island Got Something to Say with DC3 RPT. The little freestyle I did that freestyle with him, and that went out the roof. So now people are checking and coming back. So it's just more of a situation to just keep working. Because the more people that you grab, the more people they start to go and check other things. But that's not my first freestyle with him. Did the Give Me a Minute freestyle with him. In and out of the hometown. The Rope Dope freestyle was done out in the other store. Now he got the new store over in Montour. So, it's always one of those situations where, like, I've known this man for like 30 plus years. So, you know what I mean? Like, whenever he's doing something, I support him. That's my bro.
So you always go out to the showcases and everything?
Go out to the showcases, support, even if I'm not, if I'm not performing that night, and I ain't got nothing to do and I can make it, I can pull up on them just to see some of the new acts and see who's the young kids getting busy. Like my man Cussy the Villain, Old Billy, you know what I mean, Young Stacks. It's just a lot of different young artists that, you know what I'm saying, I'm really catching my eye. Like, they got the talent. The only thing I think is missing from the game nowadays is artist development.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's
because it's
like,
a free-for-all. Yeah, that's why.
So that's why, like, more now, like, with the young dudes, because it's funny, like, I was at a show in Brooklyn, and I was performing that night, but when I looked around the room, I was the oldest dude. I'm near with my peoples. And through the whole night, people, some of the girls and the dudes performing, they're coming in the crowd, they're giving me that, girls shaking their ass in front of me. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on, you know what I mean? And then as I looked around the room, I realized, like, yo, they think I'm an A&R. They don't know I'm an artist like them. Okay. So I moved across the crowd just to see if my notion was right, and sure as day, they came off the crowd. Shifted and came. I'm like, all right, this is better. This works in my favor. Because see now, what I learned that in that time is when they call me to perform, everybody's looking around to see who's Smooth Daily. And when I walk up to the stage, everybody's like shocked, but also intrigued because now they like, what this old nigga doing? You know what I mean? So when the beat drop and I get busy, no hype man, I usually perform with no lyrics. It's just the beat in my ad-libs, how we supposed to perform.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get busy like that, no hype man, no nothing, a lot of times people get caught off guard. That's the whole point of Snooze Daily. Like, they see me walk up there, old dude, looking all chubby, they like, what he gonna do? Especially some of these young dudes. What he gonna do? You know what I mean? But I get up there, get busy, and then right after I walk off, everybody was like, yo, let me get your Instagram OG, let me get your Instagram OG. But that's, that's to me, that's the gratitude part of it for doing what I do. Because the young kids, that's how we were when we heard the OGs perform. Oh shit, you know what I mean? So when you hear, yo, OG, let me get your Instagram, yo, that was dope. It's like, all right, yo, and I link with them. Yo, I want to work with you. All right, let's get busy. You know what I mean? I don't knock nobody.
Do you think that the style of rap that we grew up on was too complex? That's why they kind of started doing this other stuff?
No, I think it's just people program them to think that their attention span is not there because there's so much of it. People say, oh, the attention span is not there. They pay attention to what they want to. Because if you think about it, battle rap, they all watch battle rap. The bars, and those are intricate bars. So if you understand that, you understand what
What's
we're talking
going on?
about.
Okay.
It's just a matter of what they want to listen to at that time. Because I've met a lot of young dudes where they don't know who some of these old school rappers are, and then when you explain it to them, they like, oh, and then I'll play them some of the new stuff that took that sample, and they're like, word? That's where that came from? Yeah, man. But you gotta also know, like, some of the OGs don't give them a chance. They not from our era, so they not gonna know. They was born in, a lot of these kids were born after the 2000s. They have no clue.
No clue.
I remember being in the studio with one of my mans one time, and I was like, y'all heard of Wu-Tang, right? And they looked at me like, what? And I'm like, and they like, I'm like, y'all don't heard no Method Man? Oh, Method Man okay? No.
Wu-Tang.
That Wu-Tang. And then I was like, yo, how old are you? I'm 16. How old are you? Okay, now I understand. Y'all don't know. So here, that's homework for you next time you come in the studio. Know what I mean? Not to be on some yo. I just feel like if you're a young rapper, you should do some type of history to know why you're able to do this. You know what I mean? Not saying you gotta be like, oh, I rock with the whole. Just know, like,
Know who's who.
OGs
Know the history.
put you here. You know what I mean? That's all. You know what I mean? A lot of people feel like, the whole ego talk, yo, I don't want to be like no groupie, yo, I don't want to be seen. It's not being a groupie. It's what you love, so you admire the pioneers that allowed you to do this. You know what I mean? And that's just paying homage to me. Like, if you love this game, and you love it like you say you do, then you shouldn't have a problem paying homage to the people that was before you. And that's it. You know what I mean?
I think there's not enough of that. I think enough OGs don't come behind the younger kids and be like, look,
They
this
don't
is...
show them no love.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as any young dude, if the older dudes ain't showing you no love, you're like, man, fuck them old niggas. I'm doing my own shit.
Yes
Can't be
and
mad
no.
at them.
There was always one or two.
It's always that way, though. Because the situation is he really want that embracement. But when because he's looking for that. That's solidification comes from the OG. It makes him feel better about what he's doing. So when he doesn't get that, man, fuck y'all niggas. You know what I mean? I mean, Fifth said it bad. Oh, these niggas, I think on one of them interviews, he's like, oh, they got for the tape, take the tape. I'm like, all right. Niggas like, man, give my tape back, man. Y'all some old school niggas. You know what I mean? But I understand it. sometimes the old school niggas feel like they don't want to put some cats feel like they don't want to put the young niggas on because they're better than them. They don't want them to have something. And I think that's just stupid. The niggas nice, put them on, co-sign. You know? That's, you know what I mean? That's pretty much how most of these old school